Kirk is not an attorney. This is not legal advice. This is to be considered for educational purposes only.
Good evening, folks. Welcome to Kirk's Law Corner Live with Christopher Hallett and John Gentry. Boy, do we have a show laid out for you folks tonight. We're going to talk with John Gentry here. He's going to talk about the we the people versus the 50 United States. We're going to attempt to return all 50 states back to a constitutional republic as it is written in law in Article 4, Section 4. How we doing over there, brothers?
I'm ready to rock and roll, brother. You don't even know.
Yeah, I think we got a lot of news to share tonight. So, Kirk, I'm trying to get the video up so I can see. Okay, here's the live feed. Trying to get it up so I can see any questions coming in. Just a minute, folks, as we get going here.
And action. Yeah, it's not showing up on Kirk's Law Corner as being live.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it yet.
No. All right, folks, we're still waiting to see this pop up on Kirk's Law Corner here.
To make sure everything is ready to go. How's the audio? Can you guys hear me all right? Because I'm kind of far away from the microphone. No echo, no nothing. Okay.
Sounds good over here.
Yeah. So is this not live on Facebook right now?
You guys can hear me now, right?
Oh, well, somebody said they can see us live on YouTube. I just got a personal message from Jack Landrum, my old first sergeant. So
can you guys hear me?
Watching Jack, we're running some technical difficulties, and we're waiting to get this going on Facebook so I can see comments coming up. We've done this 100 times, and tonight we're having a little trouble getting it going. Yeah. So we're not seeing the live on Facebook. It's on Kirk's Law Corner. I don't see the live. Yeah, I see 22 people in there. Let me see if we show up. Can anybody out there in the audience give me a sound check on Kirk's Law Corner? See if I'm coming through. Yeah, I see
it's not here.
People in there. Nah, I just see the. I'm just getting. Can anybody out there in the audience give me a sound check on Kirk's Law Corner? Maybe. Yeah, I see
it's not here.
Loud and clear on YouTube. I'm getting back from Luciana. So we're good on there.
Oh, well, Ted Fogg went live, not Kirk Fogg.
All right, let me, well, I'm not going to, I really wanted to answer questions through Facebook. I won't be able to answer questions from the YouTube audience.
Yeah, you went live through your personal page there, Ted. It says Ted Fogg is live now.
Yeah, we're not getting going. Man, I really wanted to answer questions. You guys out there in the audience, I'm going to make a post and we'll just roll with this. I'm going to do a post on the, just to let everybody know we're going just to YouTube right now. So I'm going to do a post over on YouTube. And so are we live on Kirk's Law Corner now?
No. Nobody can go live through my group. I'm the only admin in my group.
Okay, so all right. Well, I'm gonna post. So is it live on the group? So I wonder if I can see. So is it live on the group? No. Okay, well, so I'm gonna roll with this. I'm just gonna do a little quick post that we're just on YouTube. So can we tell how many people? We can't tell how many people are watching YouTube either, can we? Okay. So I have it up on YouTube, but I can't see it. So should I just run now? Roll with it. Okay. Keep working on the Facebook live stream so I can see comments from there. Apologize to the audience. First time we've had technical difficulties like this, but we'll get rolling with it. And we'll probably do another live stream on the same topic later on. If you guys have questions, I can't see questions right now. Just send them to me through Messenger, through my personal Facebook Messenger. You guys send me questions through there, and as they pop up, I'll try to answer them. What this project is about is we are coming together as a people, and we are demanding reform of our government. I have spoken to the clerk's office in the United States Supreme Court about filing this case, and the first time I spoke with him, Jeff Atkins is the deputy clerk in charge of admissions, and he's like, "Yes, I will docket this thing." And I told him, at the time, like, we're going to be coming tens of thousands strong, demanding reform. And he's like, you can't represent them. And I'm like, well, I'm not representing anybody. We're all coming as co-petitioners, co-authors of this document. He's like, well, I'll docket it. So then as we started getting tremendous feedback in the group, and we picked up 4,500 people in like the first 12 days. Which is amazing that people are just, I think they want change and they're just trying to find any way that we can do it. And this seems like it's something new that hasn't been tried. It's certainly never been done in the history of our country. And so, they're kind of trying to figure out how to handle this thing too. So when I went back to him and I said, we're going to be coming in with tens of thousands of people. How do we present ourselves? The Supreme Court rules require that you have to list party of the proceedings. And I'm like, well, what if there's 200,000 of us? How are we going to present that? So he's gonna check back with his colleagues on as far as that. But what this case is about, many of the states have enacted unconstitutional laws, and these laws were intended to protect corruption. For example, it's very common across the states when Congress enacted 42 USC 1983, which is specifically was put to protect us against state court corruption and against corruption from state officials. The state set up 1 year time limitation for civil lawsuits under federal statutes. They can't do that. That's unconstitutional. The states do not have the power to set a time bar on federal legislation. So that's like easy one. I call it low hanging fruit. But there's several other statutes. I've learned so much from Chris Howlett about emoluments violations, and so there's a lot of special privileges that are granted to people in public trust. It's statutory code in Tennessee. If you sue a judge and you lose, then he automatically gets attorney fees, and not just at what he paid, but what the market rate is, which is, obviously that's an emolument and special privilege given to persons in public trust. So the value of bringing a case like that is that the Supreme Court's primary jurisdiction is whether state statutes are constitutional or not. And so this gives us standing to go into the United States Supreme Court and say, these laws were enacted, they cause us harm, they're unconstitutional. It's because they have these special privileges, and it's because of these false immunities that we are being subjected to despotism and rights violations and all the crap that you guys know that's going on out there in the state court system. And the redress that we're going to ask for in this is just very simple. When it's necessary, and you get in there and you're in front of a bad judge, you say, I want a trial by jury. I do not feel that I'm being provided a fair and impartial court. And I'm going to ask the Supreme Court, or we as a country, as a people, are going to demand this in the United States Supreme Court. And we're going to say, we want the Supreme Court to order the states to enforce our constitutional rights. Our federal constitution guarantees us the right of due process in civil matters exceeding $20, $600 about in today's money. Our state statutes, most of them guarantee trial by jury in all civil matters, regardless of how much the value is. So we need to enforce that, find some way to enforce it. So we're going to go to the Supreme Court and say, okay, whenever a case is filed, whether you're plaintiff or defendant, they're going to hand you a piece of paper. It's going to tell you what your rights are in that court of law. You have a right to be heard. You have a right to present testimony. You have a right to present oral argument, confront adverse witness testimony, all the basics. But the big one that we're going to ask them to order the states to provide is that if you feel at any time you're being subjected to rights violations, you're not being provided a fair court, that you just say, time out. I want to assemble a jury. I want all orders stayed until we get there. So that's the basic crux of it. I think I don't care, if we file this thing and they reject it under some made up crap, maybe they're going to make a new rule, in the next year as we gather this coalition of the people. I don't care. We're still going to file the thing. And if they reject it, that's just going to give us more proof. If they come up with some stupid rule between now and then that we cannot have more than 100 petitioners, let's say they come up with that new rule. I have found a way around every obstacle that they have thrown at me to keep me out of federal court. I call them nuances. They keep trying to, put in these little time limitations. They try to not send me notice. And I navigate around every one of those successfully all the way to the United States Supreme Court. And that's why I'm docketed in there, which is pretty hard to do, especially in a case like mine. So that's kind of about the case. Let me see if I can catch up, if I've got some messages here, and I've got a few. Here we go. Sorry. Yeah, I'm getting please fix Facebook. Thank you. I'm not getting any messages that I'm seeing, or I've got a bunch of them that I can't see. Well, I will jump back in if I get some questions on my personal Facebook Messenger, and I will try to read them, and then we'll just kind of roll on with the show, and maybe we can come back and address some questions. Does that sound okay, Kirk?
Yeah, I'm trying to post it over here on YouTube, so.
Still trying to get over there.
Well, I just posted on Kirk's Law Corner and it's not posting. I don't know what the hell's going on over here.
Let's see. maybe the powers that be don't want us to explain what we're working on. Who knows?
Nope. And I'm the only admin in Kirk's Law Corner group. It's not live in Kirk's Law Corner group. I've already been in. It's not live there. In Kirk's Law Corner group. It's not live in Kirk's Law Corner group. I've already been in. Group. It's not live in Kirk's Law Corner group. I've already been in. Group. It's not live in Kirk's Law Corner group. I've already been in.
Not for me. You got your speakers on, John?
Nope. The last post in Kirk's Law Corner was April 21st.
I just muted and I still heard it. I'm going to go mute right now.
I'm looking in my group right now and it is not live. I am the only admin for my private group. Yeah, it says Ted Fogg is live now. That is not Kirk's Law Corner. That is Ted Fogg is live now. You shared it. I haven't approved that post. You shared to the group. That's not Kirk's Law Corner group. That's live. Yep, Ted Fogg is live now. Nobody can see it in Kirk's Law Corner group because they're not members of the group. Yep. Oh.
Well, why don't you kill the feed that's in the questionable one, and then try to do it from the one we normally go through. One more time.
Yeah,
Why don't you kill the feed that's in the then try to right. They're sharing. Everybody on Facebook is sharing last week's post.
Yeah.
So, everybody on Facebook is sharing last week's post.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's I'll put a post out.
We'll do it Wednesday.
Yeah, let's
Yeah. I mean, nobody's watching it. They can't watch it. Even if I were to approve it, they can't watch it unless they're a member of the group.
Right.
Yeah, mainly.
Yeah.
Mainly
Nobody's watching it. They can't watch it. Even if I were to approve it, they can't watch it unless they're a member of the group.
Right.
Yeah, mainly. Yeah, let's figure out the technical stuff and we'll come back and do it again.
Sorry, folks, technical difficulties.
Yep, we're gonna reboot. Every pun intended.
Right.
We'll see if we can reschedule this for Wednesday or something.
We'll make it happen on Wednesday. The
So
grand announcement and all that good stuff.
right.
Well, my group picked up 50 people just now.